Hey everyone, how's it going? So for this week's Speak Your Mind, I wanted to talk to you all about a recent measure that was just passed in the state of Oregon. And so I don't know if you've heard about it, but basically this measure legalizes the use of hard drugs, which include cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, etc. And so, yeah, basically this last week, Oregon passed this measure with a 60% majority. And so now you can use these hard drugs and not have any consequences to it. I mean, if you have an abnormally large quantity of these, you will still get charged with a misdemeanor. And of course, if you're still trying to sell drugs, you'll be charged, I think it's a federal charge for that. And but yeah, now you can use these drugs and not be put away for it. And so you may be asking, well, why this was done? Well, there's basically two sides to this argument. And so one side, is the people who think that the war on drugs, which this nation has faced for decades, is just causing more problems than it needs to. And so they think that legalizing all the drugs, really, will prevent people from just getting put away in the system and being locked into this vicious cycle where they're addicts, and so they're going to keep using and themselves up in jail again, and then just have a criminal record and not be able to do anything with their future anymore. And so people think that hopefully legalizing these hard drugs will help people, kind of more confront the issue of treating their addiction rather than just spending all this useless time in jail. And now the other side of it is, this is it sounds pretty reckless, right? Like, let people use whatever drugs they want. Us being young adults, teenagers, it's kind of scary to think, like, I've even heard, like, some friends say, like, oh, what are you going to do? Like, start driving up to Oregon for the weekend, party it up, and it's like, well, that's kind of scary to think about if people are going to start doing that. But, yeah, I can kind of see both sides to it, right? Because the war on drugs has just caused a lot of issues for this nation. And so it'll be interesting to see how this works out for Oregon. And I'm sure we'll start seeing, statistics of what the population is like, and if they're seeing, less people with drug addictions now in their communities, or if it starts to rise. It'll be really interesting to see. And I'm sure this will prompt other states across the nation to start voting on ballots similar to this one. Because you've seen, like, for recreational marijuana use, that started getting passed in, like, 2012. And now you look at all the states that have legalized it now. And I think, like, an extra 5 more states just voted yes on it this recent election, too. So, yeah, this is cool. I mean, I don't know what I personally would vote on it. It's kind of controversial to me. I could see both sides. But it'll be very interesting nonetheless to see how this works out for Oregon, and how it will work out as a nation, and see if, like, other states, follow along. So yeah, that's what I wanted to speak about today. Hope you found it interesting, and definitely let me know what you would vote on it if this was on the ballot here in California.